Blake, it's Jamal Kennedy at WSFA in Montgomery. John just sort of talked a little bit about your ability to be versatile in Saturday's game. Obviously, having to play a little bit of center. When you're able to step in a role like that and help make things, I guess, go a little bit easier for the team, doing whatever I guess you have to do so that you guys can win. Um, how does that make you feel, knowing that you're making a contribution and just more than in one way towards the team's goal?
Right. So being a transfer, when I first got here, I kind of wanted to step in and find my role on the field, no matter what position it was. So I tried to coming in, get the offense down fast, learn the system, just so I could be of use as fast as I could, no matter where it was. So just being versatile for the team just lets me know that my hard work has kind of paid off, but we still got work to do, and so it just makes me feel good knowing that I can help my team no matter where I'm at on the field. Shoot, I'll punt the ball if I have to.
I'll ask you another quick follow then. This offensive line unit, we've talked about it all year long, how you guys have seemed to have gotten better each and every week. What do you feel? How do you feel you guys are playing to the point to the season thus far?
Right. We're never really satisfied with how we play. I mean, you don't want to get complacent with how you're playing. So we just know each day coming into practice, we know it's a step further to our goals, and we just need to keep growing together, getting closer, and be as best as we can be, just so we can achieve our goals that we really want to. And so we really took it upon ourselves to know if we're playing good, we can really have a big outcome on the game and affect the game in a positive way when we're all playing together.
Hey Blake, this is John Johnson from the Dothan Eagle. What have you learned about the South Alabama game just talking to players and such?
Right, just knowing how big and how big of a rivalry game it is for Troy and just the state in general. Being new here, like I said, is it's cool just to be a part of this rivalry, and I know how much it means to the town and everybody that's really involved with the football team. So I just hearing all the things and about all the past teams is really exciting that I get to be a part of that now.
And Coach Summerall was talking about how talented, as far as just individual talent, South Alabama has. When you look at film, I guess you've looked at some film at them already. What kind of sticks out to you about their defense?
They play hard. It's a veteran group. They've played a lot of football. They got a lot of guys on the field, both sides of the ball, that have really played a lot of downs, played a lot of snaps. So I mean, they're going to be a really disciplined team, and it's one of those games you're excited to play in, just because you know uh, they've played a lot of ball, and you just want the best competition you can on the field.
One more question for me. You've been around, this season now, and you've seen the fans at different stadiums. How much of an advantage, having that Detroit fans are, as far as the student section shows up pretty strong every game? How much do y'all feed off that?
Oh, we love it. It's just exciting to even in warm-ups, just to go out and see the stands slowly filling up, and how exciting it is once you run out. You know that it's going to be a packed environment, and it's fun when you get to play with the fans on your side. So getting back to that's going to be really fun, and especially I know how much this game means to the city, and how big of a game it is in general for us, standing wise. So it's fun to play for a fan base that's so committed and loves the Trojan program this much.
Hey, Blake, Nick Brooks with WTVY down in Dothan. The battle for the belt is probably the biggest rivalry for Troy every year. Have you been able to put the belt on yet? Is that something you're looking forward to do with a win on Thursday?
Right. It really doesn't hold much weight when you're holding the belt for pictures and like on those recruiting trips. So I mean, having it now this time is exciting to get to do. Just holding it up after a potential victory, just getting to celebrate the true meaning of having it with your team, and actually getting to celebrate having it with my team instead of just taking pictures for looks and stuff. So it's exciting to have that opportunity.
Blake, one more from me. John just said that this is probably going to be one of the most athletic teams y'all have played, all year. Probably the most athletic, he said. Um, what are the challenges, I guess, to maybe facing potentially the type of defense you could? Guys who move around, fly around, are able to, be agile And how do you, as an offensive lineman, approach that when you're facing maybe like a defensive lineman who might be more of a finesse guy than a power guy?
Right. Regardless of anybody we play, I mean, the biggest thing as an O lineman is just going to be details, and that's one big thing that Coach Summerall has been harping on this week a lot, is just focusing on the details, the fine details, no matter who we're facing, what it is, regardless of the opponent, just focusing on the details, narrowing those down, because like he said it before, we have a tremendous coaching staff, and they're going to put us in the right direction. So it's all up to us to really follow those details down to the fine point and do everything we need to do.
Jamal at WSFA in Montgomery. First question for you, man. What makes y'all such a good second half team? Why are y'all able to be able to come out of the break and make such adjustments to win the game?
It kind of goes back to what Coach Summerall says every week. Just keep showing up. And we know it's going to be a fourth quarter fight no matter who we play, so that's how we got to approach it. It's 4 quarters, so after those first 2 quarters, you got to realize that you got 2 more quarters you got to do it for. So it's all about how you finish, but it's also about how you start. So it's like, if we start good, okay, good, we got to finish good. If we start bad, okay, good, we got to finish good still. So it doesn't matter about that in particular. It's all about how you finish. So that's when we know that. So we know once that second half come that we know we got 2 quarters where we just got to finish and play hard.
Not much has to be said about the game this Thursday. Everyone knows it's the Troy South game. What kind of emotions, memories, thoughts? What do you what do you think about when you start thinking about this game?
It's a big game. Like, we know that it's our rival, but it's just another conference game. That's how we're looking at it too. Like, yes, it's our rival. It's a big game, but also it's a conference game. And anytime you play in a conference game, it's huge. And it just so happened it's our rival that's a conference game, so that makes it even better.
Hey, Jordan, it's John at the Dothan Eagle. Coach Summerall was talking about how athletic South Alabama is. When you watch them on film, what do you think of them as far as an offense? What do they do well?
They're definitely good at motioning and shifting and getting your eyes confused. And they definitely have some athletes in the running back room. They're very talented. In the wide receiver room, they're very talented. And the quarterback has a big arm. So they got some playmakers around the board, and they mess with your eyes with the shifting and the motion that they do. So, yes, sir, they're a pretty good team.
When you play that linebacker position on Thursday, obviously it's Carlton Marshall Day in Troy. How deserving is Carlton of that honor, and what does that say about maybe the legacy or the way that he left Troy and the impact that he made on that town?
Man, as you can see, I got a big smile on my face, man. That's my guy, man. Got 2 years with him before he left, so like he's a great dude, but he's also a great player and a great leader. So like for him to have this day, man, like I don't think nobody deserves it more than he does, man. Like he put in the work, he put in the time here, and I'm just grateful that I got to experience it with him. Like my freshman year and last year, like, I'm just so grateful for him, and I'm grateful that he got a day, man. And I can't wait to play on this day, and I'm doing it for him, man. I'm doing it for him and the team, man. Can't wait.
Jordan, Nick Brooks with WTVY. I feel like every single game that you guys have played this year, we talk about how good the opposing offense is and how big of a fight it's going to be, and yet you've limited teams to 2 scores, if that, every week. How much pride do you guys take in a defense just to be able to do that every week and see that you guys have done your job on the defensive side?
It's a big pride, man. We're big on being tough and being the best defense in the conference, and it kind of goes back to Carlton Marshall, man. He left that toughness here, and me as a linebacker, as a leader on the defense, just want to keep encouraging that. Like, it don't matter how good the other offense is, they haven't played the Detroit defense yet. So it's all about just going out there and playing relentless every game, no matter who it is and how many points they put up.
On the flip, or in addition to that, the streak of kind of keeping guys out of the red zone or out of the end zone and the red zone. That same pride, does that come along with it? Just knowing that no one's played the Troy defense just yet. They haven't seen anyone quite like y'all.
Oh yes, sir, most definitely. And we know like football is a game of drives. A supposed to play is going to happen, but it's all about once you get down to that red zone, you got to put your big boy pants on. You got to ball up. Either you can give up 7 points or give up 3 points or no points. And we're big on either giving up no points or 3 points because we know big players are going to happen. But it's all about, like Coach Summerall say, good. It's all about when it happened, how you respond to it.
Jordan, y'all played so well in the second half this year. Can you see it physically that when you're going against another team, do y'all see that y'all are wearing them down, or do you feel physically stronger than them in the second half?
Yes, sir, we do, and that's kind of go back to our strength condition coaches. Like, we're big on in practice running on and off the field, and we treat it like a game. Like, the way we practice is how we play. So we're running on and off the field 24/7, and that translates to that second half where we know we look over to the other sideline and we throw them fours up that fourth quarter. Like, we know like it's time. Like, they got another 15 minutes they got to go, and just the opposing will for our defense on the other team is just you don't want to keep having to block the guys like Javon Solomon, Buddha all day, every day. So I love it, man. I love it.
I asked the same question earlier. You've obviously been a part of a couple of these wins against South Alabama. What's it like to be able to get the belt after a win and be able to either wear it or put it over your shoulder? Just kind of talk about just being able to do that with your team after a win.
It's huge. It's huge. Just go back to the work we put in together, and just to get rewarded. But also, just go back to we love winning. Like that's all it really comes down to. Yeah, we playing for the belt, but it's also just another W that we want. So that make the belt even more wanting. So it goes back to just winning.
Jordan, when y'all have moments in the locker room like y'all did Saturday, where y'all are dancing to Ski and Sexy Red's playing, and Coach Summerall is right there in the middle with y'all, what does that mean to you? Your head coach is dead front and center with the team, and he's celebrating with y'all, like that relationship that you have with him, and he said that she's invited to Thursday's game and the rest of the game. Like, what does it mean to have Coach Summerall just like be dead center like in y'all's team celebration?
But it's huge because not only that, it shows us that he actually cares, but it just reminds us how in tune he is and how much he really does love this team and love the win. So like it's just a reminder of how much he puts into it, and it reminds us like he got our back and we got his all the way.
Is there a hope that maybe she shows up on Thursday?
It's a hope. She's a very busy person.